These are Russian nesting gnomes. So they've got little ushlankas, I think they're called in Russian, which are these hats. And when you hit them, they take 2 damage. They break into a smaller version of themselves. And then an even smaller version of themselves. The fun thing is, the smallest version of these Russian nesting gnomes is they actually fear you and they run away. And so you get the satisfaction of killing the really little ones. He was trapped in the corner there. An update on the laser gnomes is that I have now given them the physics to fly backwards when they fire off their laser. As well as I've improved the laser sprite a lot. And the eye, I love the eye. There's still some tweaking here to do with the laser gnome, but my god, this is a lot of fun. I'm very proud of how these guys are turning out. They still require a little bit more tweaking. I think this is a legacy leftover from the previous work I was doing on the art style, and we have to redraw this so that their eye is not there and it will regenerate. But I think this is going to be a really fun enemy in the game, although it's very unfair at the moment. If I may borrow your attention for sprites for a second, this is the leaf artifact, and the way that this works is each one of these is falling gently, and then these 3, which is the split frame, is the leaf settling. So if I go ahead and play the falling animation, it gives it this classic zigzag, and if I play the settle, it's it lying down on the floor. What I can then do is, using this information plus the fact that I know that the last frame finishes 15 pixels down on a 16 pixel total sprite sheet, I can then calculate a distance that it falls, and it can loop the animation over and over again for trees on the outside, if that makes sense. This is all important because I'm trying to improve the aesthetic of the outside generation. If I can borrow your attention for a second, you may remember this new tree. So this new tree I was quite happy with, especially how the log turned out. I added a sway animation to it, as well as I've now added new tree number 2, which looks like this. Each one of these has a cut down state as well, so it's this piece plus the root that persists after it falls down for a minute or 2. So that's the second tree, which I quite like. I've always been quite bad at drawing trees, but I'm getting better at it. And then I've also got new tree 3. I think this is the weakest of the trees in the sprite form, but actually in the game, this is one of my favorite looking ones. Cut down form, total base as well. This is the bush cluster. There's a bush that you can walk into. It slows you by 3%, and then you can crush it. And that's the crush state of it. If we combine all of those, the leaf shader, the gentle sway, and also some modulation on as the leaf falls, we end up with a huge improvement to the overall aesthetic of the outside. It looks something like this. So even with annoying Maxim here, you can see that the new bushes look quite nice. I've added a little bit of the water from what we previously have. If you walk over this, you end up crushing them and you get a little slow. There's also a slow status indicator now, which is like a little snail. And if you hit the tree, more leaves fall out of it rapidly. Until I don't want to hit it a third time because it will go down and Maxim will start attacking me again. But you can see this is the leaf effect, and I think it's quite good combined with the offset. I think it really adds something to the outside. I'm going to replace this sound effect because it's not very satisfying, and leaf should be satisfying, and that's not the case. And there's still some key work here you can see about draw order where the leaves are overlapping each other, but further improvement for further areas, obviously. One other thing I want to show you while I'm here is I love the cloud shader so much. I think it adds so much. You can see some tree stumps on the back, and if I can find an angle, because you can actually break outside of this fence because the villagers break you out, you see there's mine signs. Now these are all around the outside. If you walk outside of this, one thing I've also added is that you will blow up immediately. This is a game mechanic to make sure that really the outside is meant to be the tower defense minigame. We don't want players going too far outside of it. I think the next thing on the table is probably to add some more village buildings. This is the spawn area. If you haven't seen this, go check out days 3 and 2, and you can see how the waves go. And another day I'll show you more of the ninjas and other unusual tower defense mechanics that are coming into this. But overall, I'm really enjoying how this outside is starting to look.